Welcome back to the channel. And today, I figured I'd just review a older phone, but it's not too much older. It actually came out last year. Let's see, I believe it was October 16th or so of 2020. This guy right here is called the OnePlus 8T. This is actually a phone that I purchased for my wife. She's a huge OnePlus fan. I do like their phones, especially love their fast charging. This particular phone has 65 watt, but we'll get into that. But anyway, like I said, welcome back to the channel. I was gaming and tech with Sir Gabiru TV. And basically what the video we're going to talk about today is this phone worth it in 2021? Especially given the fact that there's so many phones out there that are new and tech just keeps getting better and better. Typically with the camera. At this point with the processor, there's not much more you can really do, to be honest, unless you're doing some type of video editing or I can't even say gaming at this point because both of these Snapdragon processors can handle everything. But anywho, let's start the video. For anyone that doesn't know anything about this phone, let's talk a little specs first. Like I said, this guy came out in 2020, last year. I think, like I said, October 16th. This does use Gorilla Glass 5, and this isn't glass, I believe. It's like an aluminum frame. So this is basically glorified plastic. It's not glass, which is fine, but it still has that premium feel to it, in my opinion. I do like the phone. 6.5 inches. Now, for me, the pixel density isn't that high. We're talking about 402 for the PPI. 1080 by 2400, I believe. And I don't think this has a 16.9 aspect ratio. I believe it's 20 by 9. 20.9, you know what I mean, with the aspect ratio. Anybody that knows about those type of specs. It does come with Android 11 out of the box. Of course, with OnePlus, they do give you updates for, I believe, a couple years. I don't know if they do it like Apple. Like Apple does for like 5 or 6 years, if not longer for certain phones. Samsung does it for 3 years, I know, with the A52, which I'm going to review that soon. That's my personal device that I'm using. Actually, I'm recording a video on the A52. It's not a professional camera, but I do like to, use the actual product so people can see how good the quality is or how bad the quality is. Eventually, I'll use my iPhone for all the further videos, but I'm a believer of if I buy it and I use it, if I want to sell it, or if I feel as if I stand by a product, I'm going to use that product through thick and thin so I know what is good, what isn't, what to recommend. Anyway, this does have a Snapdragon 865. Yeah, Snapdragon 865. Like I said, this phone only came out, October of last year. So any game, a lot of any editing of videos and photos, if you're one of those people where you need to do something on the go, this phone can handle it. Like I know a lot of people use their phone as devices to pretty much do everything. I'm one of those people. That's what made me actually switch back to Android, because I enjoy, it's easier for me to upload videos. It's easier for me to edit videos directly from my phone rather than me having to use my computer, or sometimes I'll record something off a camera, put it on iTunes. I can't just drag and drop from my iPhone directly to you have to plug up your iPhone, you have to sync it, you got to make sure the formats match for the video. I don't have time for that. I'm getting older, I'm 35. That's a lot of work. Anyway, Android's easier for me. But again, nothing wrong with an iPhone. Let me not knock it, it's a good phone. So a little more about this phone. It does have, I believe it's 4 cameras. Yes, this guy does have, here you go, right here in the video. 4 cameras right here, I believe. One is 48 megapixels. The secondary is 16, which is ultra wide. 5 megapixel macro, and a monochrome is 2 megapixels. Again, if you're not a camera enthusiast, this is going to mean absolutely nothing to you. Again, most people just want to take good pictures. Most people just want a phone that doesn't lag, and I haven't had any issues with this. Most people just want a decent device that they don't have to replace in a year. And typically with cheaper phones, you're getting a phone every single year. They don't do updates. There's no security updates. I understand that type of frustration. That's what made me stick to the mid-tier market. But, $500 and no more than $500 to $600. $600 is a little pushing it, but $500 roughly. is the highest I'll go for a phone for myself personally because of what I do. This phone can record at 4K. It has the option, ooh, almost dropped it. It has the option of 30 frames and 60 frames at 4K. If you do it at 1080p, and don't get me wrong, let's not knock 1080p. That still looks really good. Not everybody is using 4K in their phones on the simple fact that it takes a lot of space away from your phone. That's why a lot of these phones have 256 gigs of RAM or 128, which 128, in my opinion, should be the minimum for the phone. That's just me. But, you know, I'm not a corporation, so that's why they don't do that in phones normally. Anyway, with 1080p, you can record in, I believe it's 30 and 60 and 240 FPS. So, decent. The selfie camera is 16 megapixels. These do have stereo speakers. Does not have the headphone jack, as you can see. SIM tray is down here. I'm a Bluetooth guy personally, so headphone jacks is not a deal breaker for me. Of course, you could use this as a headphone jack, but I'm not buying dongles. I'm not with that life. That's why I still have phones that do have headphone jacks, like the A52 still 5G still has a headphone jack. I do use it on occasion, especially if I'm recording something and, you know, I just want the comfort of a regular headset on my head without all the nonsense. Now, this does have two variants, I believe. One is 128 gigs with 8 gigs of RAM, while the other one is 256 with 12 gigs of RAM. The one that I have is the 256 gigabyte model with 12 gigs of RAM. That's the one they sell in the US. I don't do factory unlock phones. Well, this was factory unlocked directly from Best Buy. Actually got it on sale for $5.99, while the regular price normally is $7.49. So we did get a steal. It was around a price range that I wanted to spend. It was a gift, like I said, to my wife. She wanted it. This is the phone she picked out. So, again, I got it for $249 cheaper. I doubt it's on sale now, but again, that's up for the consumer to find it. What else are we talking about? The Bluetooth is 5.1, naturally, especially with a 2020 phone. I would expect that. On-screen fingerprint. Let me show you here. Now, my fingerprint's not in the phone, obviously, because it's my wife's phone, and I don't want my fingerprint in it. But I do use it for the face unlock. I'm not really big on fingerprints as much as I used to be, especially with on-screen ones, because if you have smudges on your finger or it's raining or, you know, it's a little different than the fingerprint on the back, which just doesn't have. I kind of miss that on phones, to be honest. What else do we have here? It does have a 4,500 mAh battery. Now, I'm going to say this, and it's going to turn off some people to the phone, but it doesn't have an immaculate battery life. Dies fast, especially if you leave it on 120 hertz and 5G. Your phone is going to drain fast, given the fact that it's looking for 5G towers, and I'm in Upper Darby, Philadelphia. There's not as many as there should be, so you're draining your battery very quickly. We're not talking about like an hour or 2 hours. You'll still get decent battery life on time. I'm not one of those people that are going to tell you, you know what, this phone can stay on for 3 days. That's an absolute lie, and no phone stays on for 3 days. That's a lie. When you use a phone for social media, gaming, Netflix, just media consumption, no phone lasts 24 hours. The most you'll probably get is a good 7-8 hours of screen time on a phone like that. And then that's not even including mixtures of phone calls, text messages, and other things that you're doing. Because I'll draw from my phone, look at a picture, drawing, talking on the phone, have a YouTube video in a square over here and a little, when you make a little window for YouTube or whatever it is that I'm doing. So my battery dies extremely fast on my A52. I can get about a good 4 to 5 hours of screen time on it before I have to charge it. But this guy, the saving grace for this, the keyboard's falling down a little bit. The saving grace for this, and boy, I can't stress how amazing this charger is the fact that it has a 65-watt charger, which I mentioned earlier. 39 minutes to fully charge your phone. That's what OnePlus advertises. Now, in real time, they are not lying. Maybe it might be a few minutes sooner. 35 minutes is the maximum. This guy, when you plug it up to a charger, it will literally show you the charging percentage, like by the, I don't know if it's called nanoseconds. I don't even know what that percentage is called, but I can hop in the shower, which I've tested this. It was maybe at 10%. When me and my wife go to work, I'll put it on the charger, hop out the shower, make my lunch. 25 minutes later, I'm already in the 90th percentile. I love this fast charging, boy. Like I actually consider buying one just for the charging alone, because I play Call of Duty Mobile a lot. I do Final Fantasy War of the Visions. The few things that I do, and then I read a lot of manga. Oh, I read a lot of manga on my phone. So again, my battery is dying horribly on my A52, and that supports 25-watt fast charger through Samsung, which is okay, but it's nothing like this. So to answer the question, is this phone worth it in 2020? Of course, absolutely. Now, grant the fact that there is a OnePlus 9 and 9T already out this year. As long as, for me, I'm a person where as long as a phone still receives software updates, security updates, then I will buy an older device that's within a year old. And it's not even a year. It's not even a half a year. It's over a half a year old, but it's not even a full year old. And they already have another OnePlus out. Now, for me, this is probably going to drop in price for a lot of people, especially if you go on things like Swappa, which I would never personally do, because I like to be the first owner of my devices. I don't know what that person did on their spare time with the device, where they took it, how they took it in the bathroom. I just want a fresh device that I'm the first owner of, that I can get insurance on for whatever carrier that I'm with or through the actual manufacturer. That's just me. So I can honestly say, actually, I'll show little gaming content, just how smooth this phone is. Like if you just look at how buttery smooth this thing slides. Oh my gosh, I love this phone. My camera doesn't do it justice, gotta be honest with you. I should have recorded this on the iPhone, but that's okay. That's okay. It's loading Pokemon Go right now, so you're seeing everything in real time. Here we are. See what's out here. Some weird yellow thing. Oh, she got an egg. See what she got. Let's see what she got. Oh my gosh. I didn't evolve this yet. I don't even, Froakie. Yeah, I didn't evolve that thing yet. It probably takes like a 25 candy, then 100 afterwards or something. I'm not that invested in that Pokemon. But, you know, since we're here, I took over this gym earlier. Put Dr. Eggman, and I gave that to my wife like 2 years ago or something. All right, so here we go. So anyway, so the phone works great. I love it. The speaker's good. The battery life is good. When you're doing some major gaming like Call of Duty, I did uninstall it on this phone. It does get a little warm, but most phones do. There's no way you can get around that. Like the only phone I think that might be able to not get warm or hot would probably be like the Asus ROG Phone 3 or something, like a phone specifically made for gaming. But if you're using more so of these everyday use Android phones, yeah, you're definitely going to get some warmness in the back. But I like it. Oh, unfortunately, it does not have wireless charging. But again, for me, if you could charge a phone in 30 minutes, 39 minutes from 0 to 100, I don't care about wireless charging. This is good enough. That's about it. So with that being said, comment, subscribe. Really appreciate that. And moving forward, I'm definitely going to do the A52 review. And any phone that comes out for Metro by T-Mobile, I'm going to do like the low end to mid tier phones. Phones that, you know, the average person actually buys. There's enough tech reviewers out there that is, you know, reviewing $2,000, $3,000 Samsung phones that open up and fold. And no, that's not for the average consumer. That's just for someone that wants to flex, or they're bored and they don't want to carry a tablet. They don't quite want to carry a phone. It's not necessary. I'm not a fan of those. Ugh. Anyway, thanks for watching. Until the next video.